Welcome everyone to our episode 107 of our podcast. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about the 7 principles to living a great life. According to what? According to the Kybalion, which is a book which is based on religious, philosophical, and esoteric tradition based primarily upon the writings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, or Hermes the Thrice Great, and it is based in Hermeticism that was considered of great importance during the Renaissance and the Reformation. So it is a very ancient text that leaves us with a lot of information and a lot of wisdom in terms of how we can impact our lives by simply following these 7 principles that we are going to review today. So stay tuned until the end, because there is a lot of practical applications that you can start doing in your life. And of course, that you can start applying to the vibrational state that you are in. So let's begin with the question: what are the kind of thoughts that you entertain in your mind? The way we think, the way we feel are directly related to what happens in our life, in your life, in specific terms. You don't really need to look for excuses or blaming anyone. Simply reflect on the kind of thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that you have had, and the answer will be surprisingly evident. Hence, start focusing on what you want and aligning with those kind of vibrations, finding its roots in this religious and philosophy. We are going to dive deeper into the wisdom of this information. So the first principle, let's begin with that, the principle of mentalism. This principle asserts that the universe is a mental creation and everything originates from the mind. In life, it encourages us to recognize the power that our thoughts, that our energy, that our intentions have, emphasizing the importance to sustain and maintain a positive and constructive mindset. Through this first principle, the Kybalion provides assurance that no one needs to feel trapped by the circumstances, but we can mentally transcend any situation by accessing the universal mind. In Hermeticism, there are 3 great planes: the mental plane, the physical plane, and a spiritual plane. There are also varying smaller layers within each of these 3 great planes, and these are the different levels of vibration that you can assign to the kind of thoughts that you are having. And how do you assign this energy? By paying attention to what you want. Principle number 2, the principle of correspondence. This principle suggests that as above, so below, or as below, so as above. It highlights the interconnectedness of all things in the universe, from the micro to the macrocosm. In life, it reminds us to seek harmony, to seek balance, to understand that our actions have consequences on multiple levels, and everything that you are thinking, feeling, and acting will be reflected and will have a consequence in your life. This means that the patterns on the microcosmic scale of the heavens echo at the microcosmic scale of individual humans. While events may appear chaotic, hidden laws of causality govern everything that happens. Once knowledge is gained to understand the causes, the effects can be predicted and influenced. Once you have responsibility of your life, once you assume that you are the owner of your thoughts, the creator of the thoughts, and you give power to certain kind of thoughts by paying attention to certain things, that's when you can influence what is going to move in your life. That means that cultivating awareness of your thoughts will allow you to precipitate much better outcomes, having more cause and effect patterns. People and everyone can attempt to work in a flow to bring balance in our life and to recognize that sometimes we will have lows and we will have highs. And instead of fiercely resisting or attaching, we can modify the causes to gently reshape the effects. Principle number three is the principle of vibration. This principle states that everything is in a constant state of vibration. In life, it encourages us to recognize the dynamic nature of existence, adaptation to change, alignment with the energies around us. This principle asserts that motion and change empower reality, that at the core of everything lies inexhaustibly energy vibrating at different rates, at different speeds, at different intentions to produce a spectrum of creation. Forms like rock or iron vibrate slowly, while lighter elements like gas vibrate rapidly. Thought itself flows as shimmering vibrations in the mental plane, scaling up vibration levels, raising the vibratory rate, and uplifting your consciousness to loftier planes. Lower vibration manifests depression, fear, weakness, and blame, of course. Through focus intention, you can shift this disruptive vibration into harmonious alignment with your higher self, whatever you want to call it, God, universe, any other name. Even our thoughts vibrate at certain frequency, and that is proven with the MRIs. The resonance of our thoughts can be controlled to produce desired results for yourself, for your environment. As we gain more control over our own tones or our own frequency, we tune in into a different radio station and we gain more control over ourselves and over our world. That's what we can control, and that's in our absolute power. Number 4, the principle of polarity. This principle underscores the duality and opposition in the universe. Life is full of contrast, such as good and bad, light and dark. This principle teaches us to seek balance and understand in the face of opposition. And this principle embodies the idea that everything that manifests has two sides, two aspects, two poles. Just as the earth has two poles, north and south, so too do we have two poles within each of us. These are typically referred as the divine masculine and the divine feminine within. This principle teaches that a pair of opposites may be reconciled and how opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. So we are not competing, we are complementary energies. The principle of rhythm, this is a principle number 5. This principle suggests that everything follows a natural rhythm with cycles of ups and downs. So it is human that we are going to go down at certain point in our lives, and that will reflect on us, the kind of energy, vibration, and thoughts, and emotions and actions that we are allowing ourselves. So the awareness of the previous principle allows us to control these kind of downs and make it softer. Recognizing life's rhythmic nature can help us navigate challenges and appreciate the moments of growth and the moments of decline. The Kybalion likens the universe to a vast cosmic pendulum, forever swinging between these poles, between these opposites. This pendulum swings from opposites as a commonplace as day and night, all the way to the rise and fall of empires, ebb and flow, contraction and expansion. This is the rhythm that governs all change. And you can see the clearest example of this dance in the rhythm of your heart, in the rhythm of the systole and diastole of your own heartbeat, or the inhalation and the exhalation of your breath. So all of these rhythmic sequences are going to allow you to appreciate both sides of the story. Number 6, the principle of cause and effect, also known as the law of karma. This principle emphasizes that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. In life, it encourages us to take responsibility for our actions and the choices that we have. It states that everything that transpires does so according to exact change of causation. Nothing is left to chance. There is no random events. There is ability to respond. While events may appear chaotic, hidden laws of causality govern everything that happens. Once you have knowledge and you have gained the understanding of the causes and effects, they can be predicted and influenced. That means that on a personal scale, our thoughts and actions actually precipitate outcomes. By cultivating this awareness of cause and effect patterns, people can attempt, and every one of us can attempt, to work in a more harmonious way with the flow of life, instead of fiercely resisting or attaching to modifying causes, to gently reshape the way we are interacting. So, and finally, principle number 7, the principle of gender. And this is extremely important right now that we are living in an appearance of this chaotic gender principle. This principle refers that the masculine and the feminine are the two only aspects present in everything. In life, it promotes a recognition of the interplays of these energies and encourages balance in our relationship and self-development. The principle of gender denotes that gender exists in all things. The masculine and the feminine principles can be found in all of phenomena, all of planes of life. And these forces are the polarities that govern the creation of all things. The Kybalion states that gender lives within all, woman and man alike. The feminine embodies creative receptivity, gestation, patience, and collaboration. The masculine reflects self-assertiveness, will, adventurousness, and linear action. So, as you can see, they are not superior or inferior. They are a balance, they are a complement, and they represent the yin and the yang. Both sides need to coexist, need to collaborate, need to have patience and understanding of each of these kind of energies that we all share, and we all have those two sides. So these are the principles of the Kybalion, and I think that these 7 principles, if we really understand them, if we really apply the underlying concept of them, the only underlying idea of them, we can really make a shift in the kind of things that are happening in our lives, and we can become more responsible of the only thing that we can change and adapt, that is our energy, our thoughts, our emotions, and the way we expand by these vibrations, the environment that surrounds us. And this includes, of course, the people around us, our family, our friends, our communities, and our society. So it is in us to make the change. It is in us to recognize that we have this power and we can change any kind of state by assigning the attention that we want to produce. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you for staying until the end. Of course, you know that I encourage you to share this information, to give me your comments, your questions, and of course, to give certain kind of reaction. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we will listen to each other next Wednesday. Bye.